please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Greg, can you please take roll call?
Yep. Chairman Chris Brandt is absent. Vice Chair Mark John.
Here.
Bruce Dumbold.
Here.
Greg Walters.
Here.
Sarah Corona.
Here.
Jennifer Aarons.
Here.
Ann Himes.
Here.
And we have a town attorney. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Kimberly Campbell with Brown Hutchinson.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the first item on our agenda is the meeting minutes review from the August 27th and September 24th meetings. Has everybody had a chance to review them? And if so, do we have any edits?
That's the 29th, the 20th.
Or changes?
No, they look good to me for August.
Yeah, August.
I'm sorry, what happened?
We're just commenting that the meeting notes for August look good.
Oh,
No other comments, edits? So, do we need to make a motion to approve them?
A motion to approve the August minutes.
So moved. I'll second.
Okay. All right. I don't think we have any public input tonight unless Supervisor has any.
Sorry, let me interrupt. Did you want to do the meeting minutes for September?
I don't have them here.
I
Oh.
emailed them to the group, so
Oh,
I didn't hear
separate.
any reservations about them, but
Okay. Did anybody have any edits to those or comments on the September ones that were emailed to us?
that would have been September 24th.
September 24th, correct?
Yep.
All right, do we have a motion?
I did not attend that meeting.
a motion to approve September 24th, 2024 meeting minutes.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, great. Thanks. Thanks, Greg.
Okay, so both of those motions were carried then. Thank you.
Don't leave us very often, Greg. I had some post-traumatic issues with having to do those minutes last time when you were absent. I used to have to do them in the early 2000s for years. You were missed, Greg.
Yes, yes.
wondered why you came.
I actually was out of the country, so.
Yeah, he was in Italy.
Oh, nice. Hope you enjoyed your trip.
That's a good reason.
Yes, thank you.
It doesn't look like we have any public input tonight unless Supervisor has any.
I just want to say thank you very much for your service on the board, and welcome Brown and Hudson. Our attorney Kim will be a great addition, and she'll be your attorney, acting attorney, or Brown and Hudson's from here on out. So we have legal counsel, as we promised. We finished the budget, and I think that we fully funded the budget request that we determined. For the historians, and your work. So hopefully, be moving forward to continue growing the conservation history of Arundecoid. So
Okay,
Thanks.
great. Thank you. And welcome. The next item is applications.
Okay, yes. We did receive an application for a certificate of appropriateness for some renovations to 690 Titus Avenue. That's the, known as the Cooperdale building that was recently designated by this board. I gave that application to our chair, Chris Brandt, and I do not have that copy. I understand that he wanted to discuss that at next month's meeting, or perhaps it could be done under a administrative variance, because it was only for some work to be done outside. That building is under new ownership. The original plan that was before the board that we were aware of at the time of the designation, that applicant has pulled the ownership. It's under new ownership. That ownership is interested in restoring the building. They have other buildings in Monroe County that are historical, so they're familiar with the process. So I think that, did the town receive an application for the renovations, and now we've got it for the certificate of appropriateness? Is that right, Mr. Supervisor?
If I understand the legal process, it hasn't been determined yet, so it's still an open lawsuit. But the town has been in contact with the owner, and I think this is the first step coming to this board first before moving on to the other, to the planning and zoning and the other boards that may be appropriate.
Okay. So we'll have that application duplicated and emailed out to the board members soon when Chris gets back. I think he's gone this week, and I was gone last month, so
Yeah,
that's the only application that I am currently aware of.
and just for the town purposes, the sooner that we can move this forward in whatever capacity that you choose, you're an independent board, you make your own decisions. I want to be clear for the people at home, et cetera. But the more that we can move this forward to a resolution with beneficial to the residents and also the town, so just keep that in mind.
Thank you.
Yes, and to expand on that if I can, the application wasn't extensive. I mean, he wants to restore it back to original, as close to original he can get. And he's going to maintain the Titus Tavern as one of the tenants, and he has another tenant that's interested in, I don't know which portion of the building. So what we're going to be looking at is just what he's proposing for exterior renovations, which are to bring it back, not to alter it or change it. So that may be able to be done by emailing it out, getting consensus, and having Chris do his administrative variance, or administrative approval.
Okay, thank you, Greg. Regarding correspondence, I have not seen anything new this month. I just have one thing which may or may not fall under this category, but the Historical Society has sent out an invite to the commission on a talk on Hooker Cemetery for November 14th at 7 in the evening till 8:30, and it will be held in the library, if anyone's free for that.
Yes, I received a copy of that on my email also, and what I'll do is I'll forward that email so you can have the agenda, the times, to all the board members. I'll forward that out this week.
Okay, thank you. Liaison report, I don't think there's anything new to report on that. I didn't receive anything from Chris on that. I don't know if you have
And
anything.
I don't have anything at this particular time either.
Okay.
Maybe I can take that back, I do.
Okay,
I'm looking for it because I made copies and I handed out the copies. I don't know what I did with the original. On the back of your copies of your agenda, I think it is there a notice about a November, I think it's the 17th for, do you all have that?
Yeah.
Okay, that is a,
Oh, for Pat Wayne.
correct. I do not know if she's going to be there, but it was, it's an award or recognition, I don't know if it's an award, it's a recognition for Pat Wayne when she was the historian for many years here in the town. And in her tenure with the town, she was able to preserve and move the salt box, which is now the Pioneer House, to the town hall lawn. She was able to salvage what they call a smokehouse, which is a cobblestone structure that was on a piece of property on Culver Road and Russell Avenue. That property was purchased by the Ridge Culver Fire District about 10 years ago. And a part of their expansion program, the house was demolished, but the smokehouse, which was a separate building that sat in the back, and what a smokehouse was where the gentlemen, on a Sunday, if they got together at a house, they would go out in the smokehouse and have their cigars or smoke their pipes. That was moved down to Culver Road. It's actually in a pocket park that's owned by the town.
Oh, across from,
It's across from Shamrock Jacks, yep.
oh, I didn't know that.
And then the third building she had moved was the cobblestone blacksmith shop. And she had that brought to the town hall lawn, and that was from up on East Ridge Road. The Pioneer House was originally associated with the cobblestone blacksmith shop. Back in the, I think it was in the 60s, the Pioneer House was moved down Ridge Road, and they built a coffee shop, the Donut Box. And then in the 70s, they moved it from Ridge Road down onto Portland Avenue, and they built McDonald's. And then in like the 90s, they moved it from Portland Avenue to the town hall lawn, and they put in Ridge Donut. So that Pioneer House has almost more miles than my
Get
car.
around.
But it's moved 3 different times, and the irony of it is its final resting here in the town hall will ensure its preservation. But the cobblestone building was also a part of that property. The people who ran the blacksmith shop lived in that house. But the configuration was just the opposite. If you look at it now, the house is to the right, the cobblestone blacksmith shop is on the left. When it was on East Ridge Road by Culver Road, it was actually in the opposite. The house was on the left and the blacksmith shop was on the right. But just a point of information I thought was
Cool.
interesting.
Lost its integrity.
So,
Well, thanks.
so what happened is for these, the preservation of these 3 buildings and for the things that Pat Wayne was able to do with the town during her administration, the Landmark Society is going to present her with an award at the Little Theater on East Avenue on Sunday, November 17th, I believe it is. And so what I did is I copied that on the back of one of the forms I handed out to you, and I think it was the agenda, but I'm not sure. And, okay, it is the agenda. So there's the information that you can have for it. And if you're interested in attending, let me know as soon as you can so I can get the Historical Society a count of how many from the board want to go.
I'm interested.
All right, what I'll do is I'll send that out in another email when I send out the one about the program that they're offering here in 2 weeks. The Historical Society is offering the program a week or 2 from now. And so I'll send out that invitation for both this and that historical presentation.
So I was able to talk to Pat's daughter to get her in contact with the Landmark Society. So Pat most likely will not be there, but I think the family was very excited to hear about it.
Well, if you have contact with her daughter, maybe you can have the family be invited.
Yeah, so I was able to get her daughter's phone number, and she gave me permission to pass it on to Chris. So I'm assuming I did pass it on to Chris. I'm
Okay.
assuming he contacted the Landmark Society with her contact info.
Okay, I'm not sure. I know that the invitation was originally to the Arundequoit Historical Society, which is a nonprofit membership organization, and
Yeah,
then
I-
we shared the information with Chris.
Yes, so I do know the Landmark Society had been trying to get in touch with Pat,
Right.
and someone from her family too, and the numbers got mixed up because the daughter said, yes, someone from Landmark Society was trying to contact my mother, but she couldn't get back to him, so I know they were trying
Okay.
to reach her. So hopefully, maybe I'll double check with Chris that he passed on
All right.
the info.
And I will check with the Historical Society and find out what information that they have. And I'll include that in the email so that we all know where we stand on that invitation and if there's going to be family representation there. And I will include you on that too, Mr. Supervisor.
They have made contact. Yes, they have made contact with the
Great.
family, and they have pictures. So just the invitation to will be attending.
Oh, great, thank you.
I really think it's a nice accolade to the work that Pat Wayne did when she was the historian. She was here for a long time. I also think it's a great tribute to the town of Arundequoit for its salvaging of these 3 pieces of property. I think we've lost a lot of property, but to salvage this, and then have that honor bestowed on us, I think that's great. I think I'm done.
All right, thank you. Committees, I understand we have some further information on the historical landmark, or
Yes, on the printing of the letters and the pamphlets. So I met with Supervisor Evans last week, and he said what we were looking for as far as printing the pamphlets, like a smaller number, and then again the letters, that would be a small number. He said it should not be a problem to print it here at the town hall. So he gave me the contact number of the person that when we're ready to print, which I think we're very close to it, we can start doing that. So I did email with Chris about this, and we want to first get out the letter and pamphlet to the existing designated properties. But I brought up, I know of one property that the person we have it listed under is passed away, and it's brand new owners. So I'm wondering if there's other properties too, that before we send these out, that we should double check that we have the correct property owners. So I don't know if there's anybody that wants to help with that, because I know I don't right now have the time to do that completely. But if anyone wants to help, just, because I think it's a little under 20 properties, I think that we'd have to check on. So just double check that we have the correct owners. I know Chris said he could help with it too. Yeah. Okay.
I can get all the tax rolls.
Okay, yeah, probably something like that. I wasn't sure where to start. I think that's what Chris was.
Yeah, I can help out.
Okay, and then Chris mentioned too, probably having the envelopes hand addressed, so they look really good. And I could do that. I just need help getting all the information, making sure we have the right names and, yeah. So we're ready to go. Once we get all those address or property owners confirmed, then I can start getting them printed.
Okay, great, thank you. Old business, the townwide historic resource survey. We have received the draft historic overview on the schedule from KTA. They're the consultant who will be performing the work. It's been sent out to the commission, so if you guys could review it, and if you have any comments or edits to it, please get that back to, any comments you might have on that, back to Chris by November 5th, so he can forward them on to KTA. And regarding the field work, Chris has assembled the photography instructions and guidelines for taking photos of the resources, and I think we're waiting for the leaf off to do that, which we're quickly approaching, and I expect we'll get some information on that soon, further information on that soon. And I believe Supervisor Evans is working on getting t-shirts for the crew, for us, so we won't get the police called on us or anything while we're taking photos. Although we need to stay in the public right of way and take photos for that.
Did we finalize the wording of the handout we wanted to have in?
Oh, like a letter of introduction?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that, but that's a good point. We probably should have that so we can pull that out.
So I know like when we do surveys, we give the towns like a blank letter that can go on the letterhead. So we should probably ask KTA, or I can get it from Katie Como, get her like a draft, and then we can put it on the town letterhead.
Oh, to have it more official,
Yeah.
I see, right.
Yeah,
Right.
so that,
Good idea.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll talk to Chris about that.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Regarding the Wimbledon Road National Register Historic District signage update, I guess there is no current update on that. I still kicking around the ideas of having something that's mounted to a sign post that the DPW can create and replace as necessary. So that's on my list of things to do. And talking about things on my list to do, the draft code update, I'm almost done. I've just got a few more documents to go through that Chris sent me. And after that, it will be available for everybody to review. I've highlighted things that I think need to be reviewed and vetted by the committee. I did my best interpretation or guess of how I thought things needed to be worded when some wording was questioned. Then I've highlighted all those so people can just zoom in on those quickly and not have to read the whole thing. But I will send out notice when that's done. It's all on the Google Drive stuff, so I think you can check it now, even if you wanted to. I just have a little bit more to go. Hopefully everything was saved and it's there. Regarding new business, I'm
Let
sorry.
me interrupt. Now that we have a new attorney, and she's here, we will need it reviewed, obviously, by the town attorney, and it's based on the New York State draft code, which we'll probably also provide to you, so you can see our starting point. Actually, it has all the edits, right? So,
Well, it's getting
Tracking.
too cumbersome to track everything, but
yeah.
so no, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, we have access to the current code, so if you'd like to send me the draft that you're working from, I'd be happy to look at it.
But we do have the original. We'll have the New York State code, and then we'll have what we want. So between the three, you'll see what the differences are. Chris may have some old track changes, edits, but it probably wouldn't be current because it was just too cumbersome to
Oh, I understand.
keep all that stuff in.
Yeah,
Very
I
confusing. Regarding new business, I don't believe we've received any applications to my knowledge for,
I haven't seen it posted.
maybe that's
Like,
why.
I've seen it before when
I know that Chris was working on getting it posted. I've seen some emails to the town about that, but I don't know where that stands, so.
What are we talking about, the topic?
We're on new business.
Right,
the
but what was the new
Commission
business?
member,
Oh, okay,
applications.
the applications. Oh,
Right.
okay.
right.
Bruce, you're going off? Or can we,
I told Chris that I thought it was not a bad idea to have some new people be involved, but if no one applied, I would put it in an application at the very last minute.
Okay, thank you.
So I think we did publicize it because I heard from someone that they saw it somewhere. There was a position posted. I don't know if it was on the.
I think that was on the town website, right?
Yeah, then it got out to like Facebook or something too. It pushed out to like social media too.
Mike is on that.
Yeah, so I think it was on the town website, then it got subsequently pushed out into social media too. But I can't verify this. I just heard that secondhand from somebody.
Was there a deadline? You don't know if there's a deadline, like notice to submit?
I know nothing more than it was posted out on the internet world somewhere.
Okay.
and because they were asking me about it, and I was like, yeah, you know, because they were asking me like, are you guys looking for a new member? And I said, well, we could be, and I didn't really know how to answer that, but so that's how I knew it. Somebody came to me about it.
Okay, well, good. It's out there then.
But like I said, I don't know where they got it or anything. They were just asking me if they saw it out. I thought on social media.
Okay. Well, maybe by next month we'll have more information or applicants.
I don't see it on the website, but it's on my little phone.
And regarding the landmark,
Yes, it was posted on
sorry.
the town website, the town Facebook page, Instagram, and also X, I think. So on all the town notifications.
okay, all right, great, thank you. And regarding the landmark property plaques, I think we were waiting until we know that we have funding available for that. And we have a spot already selected with a good price so that we can submit the design to them once we know we have the funds to pay for them. And I'm not sure when we would get that information. Greg, do you know?
Yeah, it won't be until the adopted budget, so yes, I don't know, but it won't be until at least the adopted budget. You're
Right.
correct.
All right. Okay. I believe that's all the business that we have on the agenda. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to bring up or any? Okay. Then I guess I will call the meeting at 8 o'clock. Or 8, oh, my clock says 8 o'clock, maybe. Yeah, 8:02?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Oh,
Make a motion to adjourn.
A second.
okay, motion approved. A little longer this week.